Hi, everyone, and welcome to Our Disabled Future, a series where disabled voices lead the way. I'm your host, Nico, and it is a good day for disability inclusion. Each day, during Disability Pride Month and beyond, I'm amplifying real disabled stories, where we are, where we want to go, and how the heck we're going to get there. Together, I hope. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Nicole. Eagle-eyed viewers will remember Nicole from my previous video projects, so let's dive in. Hi, Nicole. Thank you for
Hi.
joining me.
Hi, Nico. Nice to see you. And thank you to everyone else listening. Nice to see them too.
Nicole, tell us about yourself and about your disabled life.
Okay, well, soon to be 55 years old, a very, very proud disabled woman as of the past couple years, where I use disabled as one of my pronouns. I have become more outspoken, more driven to spread awareness, to speak for others that have not had a voice. I'm quite passionate about advocacy, inclusion. Although I'm no longer a teacher, I have numerous projects that keep me motivated and busy and as active as I can be here in Finland and through my virtual disabled community around the world. So that's that's me.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. What does a disability-friendly future look like for you?
A disability friendly future for me looks like we have a loud voice, one where we are included in the decision making, one where our opinions are valued, one where we are seen and heard, and people look to us for advice, for support, for insight, and for being initiators of change towards the world becoming more equitable for everyone, because disability can happen to anyone at any point in time. And so we all need to make sure that the environments and the systems and the processes and the things we do are accessible for us. And that goes beyond a ramp or beyond something that will inevitably benefit all. So, and I know
That's
that I know that we're advancing technologically, but we also need to be able to make sure that everyone has access to those tools in order to thrive.
absolutely. Thank you so much. I love all of these adjectives that you're using. In your reply, I hear that a disability-friendly future would mean better acceptance, better acknowledgement, and better recognition of disabled people's lived experiences and expertise. So, how do we get there? How do we build that future? What strategies should we use?
Well, I think first of all, we need to acknowledge the trailblazers that have come before us to set the stage for the rest of us to carry on the torch. And I think by including more visibility towards the disability community, talking about disability history. It opens up doors. It opens up doors for communication. It opens up doors for challenges to be met. It opens up for ideas to be shared. I think for so long, I can only speak for myself, but I would imagine that others feel the same. We've kind of been in the shadows, for lack of a better way. So if there's more awareness, if there's more education about what it means to not be able to do something, but here are some possible solutions that could help us, I think that that sets the stage. And I think if there's more visibility in other aspects of life where disabled uh, individuals are appreciated and recognized, whether that be in media, in fashion, in sports, in the medical field. I think that brings it to the forefront. And there's a lot to be said about that. I feel that Empathy needs to be one of our main avenues for getting the word out. And that's the opposite of sympathy. That's actually acknowledging and walking or rolling or being in that other person's shoes and understanding where the drive comes to be accepted. If we say that we want to be inclusive, then we need to do that. We need to push our governments to not take away our rights, our health benefits, our ways for getting an income. We need to push for that to all continue to happen, whether it's through, silent protests, writing letters, making phone calls, becoming active in our communities, um, showing the younger generation how to become activists in a positive way. I think those are all tools. And then when we feel like we have the tools, in our back pocket, for lack of a better word, we need to then go and reach the people around the world that don't have that access.
I can tell you've put a lot of thought into this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're giving me lots of really good concrete examples, and many of my guests kind of still have that thought of the future in the abstract, which I guess is natural. So it was refreshing for me, at least.
I think everybody's on this journey at a different pace. Maybe if you had asked me these questions maybe a year ago, maybe I would have had that outlook like, oh, I'm not too sure, I don't know. But I think the more lived experience you have and the more closed doors you've encountered, and the more you make yourself aware as to what's happening outside your own inner circle, I think that brings about a deeper flame for change. Like, not that I want to be compared to somebody else, but I want to leave something behind for someone else to take it up and be like, yes, this is something worthy to continue. I think that's the only way that we can move forward. We need to work with each other and not against each other to make change.
I
So,
wholeheartedly agree. I think that change comes after generation and generation of hard work.
yeah, for sure. Not saying
All
that
right,
it's easy though.
that's true.
Let's not say that it's easy. There's no rule book for this, but we have to keep fighting.
I love that. Nicole, as we close our time together today, I want to give you a chance that you and I, as disabled people, rarely get. That is a chance to brag about yourself, brag about something cool you've recently done, or maybe you have something still in progress. This is your chance to be your own cheerleader, grow your social media following, really whatever you want to do. Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, I found my voice in poetry, and I've had a couple of my pieces published in various platforms, which I'm very, very excited about. I have recently, although well, maybe by the time this comes out, this will have been made official. But I have been asked to be a guest speaker at a TEDx here in Helsinki. I know I can't contain my excitement. The platform is all about amplifying silent voices. And so I'm bringing about the disabled perspective of being a voice for those who feel silent in this community here in Finland. So I'm really excited. I will say I'm a little bit nervous, but it's actually a good nervousness because it's going to drive me forward. I have a lot of work to do ahead of me to prepare, the best. Is it 17 minutes? 17 minutes to be on the red dot. But I'm very excited, and there's some other projects that are coming to fruition. So um, I'm really, really super excited. I didn't think a couple years ago that I would have the strength or the emotional capacity to push through, but it's true that they say if you want it bad enough, you'll keep making an effort to pursue it. So if people are interested in finding out more about poetry and just not being afraid to just put yourself out there. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, um, and I'm always here. I'm always here for others, and that's one of the thing I don't take any of this lightly. I don't take any of this journey for granted because I realize now that I'm not alone in this, and so I want to acknowledge all of the opportunities and all the people that have sort of nudged me along very gently, you included. So thank you very much for that.
It's an honor to watch you grow. I'm really rooting for you, friend.
Thank you. I'm rooting for you too. If I could, I would, come and live in the city of Philadelphia and join you in your causes. That's for sure.
Hey, I really love that. Thanks. All right, folks, tune in next time. Remember, this is our disabled future, and we're building it one day at a time together. Wherever you go and whatever you do, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Bye.